Is LeBron really better than Michael Jordan himself? Watch the whole video to find out. Now, as I look into social media, the hatred some people have for LeBron James and what he has done absolutely just blows my mind. I think a lot of it stems from people's inability to even consider that someone can be on the level of Michael Jordan, but in today's video, I will look at the reasons that make me lean toward LeBron as the better player. I know that Jordan fans, no matter what the stats scream, will say that Jordan won 6 NBA titles, but if that's your defense, shouldn't you rank Bill Russell as the #1 player of all time? So today, I'm going to look at the reasons why I think LeBron is just as good, if not better, than Michael Jordan. Here we go. At number 15, LeBron brought a world championship to Cleveland. Cleveland did not win anything in almost like half a century, and I know the Bulls never won anything until Jordan got there, but at least Chicago had the 1985 Bears. And even though LeBron had a lot of controversy towards Cleveland at the start of his career, he proved his worth. Obviously, taking Cleveland to a title was a huge accomplishment, and then the Cleveland Indians, the baseball team, won like a year or two right after that. At number 14, Jordan had a great coach. We all know one thing, Phil Jackson is a Hall of Fame coach, and who did James have coaching his teams? He had guys like Eric Spoelstra and David Blatt. This is another often overlooked advantage that Jordan held. Plus, Jordan played for 3 years under the legendary Dean Smith at North Carolina, while LeBron came straight out of high school. Michael no doubt was a great player, but he was made good in my opinion, unlike LeBron, who proved himself by just being good from the start. At number 13, it took great players around Jordan for him to win also. Today, people act like Jordan was the sole great player on those Bulls teams of the 1990s, and that simply just wasn't true. When Jordan left to play baseball in 1994, the Bulls lost in the final seconds of the Eastern Conference semifinals without Jordan to the New York Knicks. The Knicks team went on to lose in the finals in 7 games to the Houston Rockets. So to suggest that only LeBron played on an all-star team would be false. The Bulls had 4 of the best players in the NBA on their roster, first obviously being Jordan, and then they had other players like Pippen, Rodman, and Tony Kukoc. At number 12, Jordan would have a hard time playing today. Social media blows everything out of proportion these days. Would Jordan punching teammates be swept under the rug? Would late night gambling habits be blown out of proportion? Yes, they absolutely would have, and these are things the NBA never publicly dealt with when it came to Michael Jordan. James has had a tougher road filled with landmines, and for the most part, has handled everything thrown at him pretty well. Would Jordan have dealt with social media and a hungry press looking for a bombshell story just as well? Well, I'll just say it. It would have been hard to handle for him. At number 11, LeBron has had more pressure. Magic and Bird made it easy for Jordan. Coming out of North Carolina, he didn't have a ton of pressure on MJ, and he wasn't even the first player drafted in the 1984 NBA draft. LeBron, on the other hand, was expected to be the second coming. Starting at the age of only 16, he was drafted number 1. He had expectations that very few athletes, if any, have ever had coming straight out of high school, and he was a star from his very first NBA game all the way up till right now. So when people try to say that he doesn't handle big situations, well, I just find that laughable. At number 10, LeBron plays in a different era. The NBA was much different in the 1980s and 90s, as back then rosters were filled with large big men that were not always highly skilled players. Today's athletes are much better physically, guards were not as talented as a whole, and you could find right-handed guards that were very limited when it come to using their left hand, and the ability to shoot the ball generally just wasn't as good. Also, yeah, there's a whole thing called three-pointers, they weren't really a thing in the 80s. At number 9, LeBron is a different player than Jordan. Kobe Bryant will never be considered by most people to be equal or even better than Jordan. But why? Bryant was just too similar to Jordan. James, on the other hand, is a very different player than Michael Jordan. James's gifts are far more diverse than just scoring. His vision on the court and his leadership on and off the court are something Jordan doesn't even come close to. It's these differences that put James in the conversation with Jordan. At number 8, playoff triple doubles. The score here is LeBron 18, Jordan 2. While triple doubles are not a be-all and end-all, they do show that LeBron is a more complete, versatile player that gets his teammates involved in the game. At number 7, NBA Finals appearances and playoffs. Jordan never made it to more than 3 NBA Finals in a row, while LeBron has made it to a mind-boggling 8th straight. Throw in the fact that Jordan didn't make it out of the first round of the playoffs until his 4th attempt, and LeBron lost in the first round once. You can say that Jordan's Bulls lost to Bird's Celtics on 2 of those occasions, but they also lost to the Milwaukee Bucks on the other. At number 6, leadership. James has made everybody better around him. The first Cavs team he helped get to the finals had no business even being there. Jordan was more of a quote, follow me or get out of the way kind of guy. I'll take the guy that makes everyone around him better 7 days of the week. At number 5, LeBron is bigger, stronger, faster, and smarter. Yes, just like that Kanye West song. LeBron's basketball IQ is up there with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and physically, the NBA has seen few like him. Keep in mind, he's like 37 years old now? Yeah, come on. At number 4, LeBron is the more complete defensive player. Jordan was an outstanding defensive player, and this cannot even be debated, but with the Bulls, Jordan was not given the toughest defensive assignments. Those went to Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. James can defend all 5 positions on the floor, and while defensively he is not what he used to be, he once was one of the most complete defensive players in NBA history. At number 3, LeBron is a better passer. LeBron gets accused of passing too much, while Jordan has never been criticized for passing too much. I don't even think there's room for debate on this point. At number 2, LeBron James is a better shooter. I don't think this point can even be argued. Inside the 3-point line, James has shot over 54% for his career, while Jordan has shot around 51%. Now, it is true that Jordan took a lot more shots and defenders could hand check him, which gives Jordan fans an argument, but they also forget that teams couldn't play a zone defense against Jordan either. Behind the 3-point arc, even the biggest Jordan fan can't argue this one. Jordan, for his career, was a 32% 3-point shooter on 1.7 attempts per game, while James has been over 34% on 4 attempts per game for his career. Also, keep in mind that the NBA, in an effort to increase scoring, moved the line to 22 feet during the 95, 96, and 97 seasons, which helped Jordan. In the end, I think there can be no doubt that James is the better shooter. And finally, at number 1, LeBron has faced much tougher competition in the NBA Finals. Sure, James is only 4-6 in the finals, but when you just look at the raw numbers, you will find that James's 10 foes in the NBA Finals entered the playoffs with a combined 7.64 winning percentage to Jordan's 7.46. Look at a couple seasons ago. The Golden State Warriors brought 3 All-NBA players in Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green, plus a 4th All-Star and All-NBA snub in Klay Thompson. Jordan never faced a team with that much firepower, ever. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Let us know what you guys think about LeBron being better than Michael Jordan in the comments down below. Also, if we missed another reason why LeBron is better, let us know. We want to know, and we want to prove that LeBron is the GOAT. We hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that post notification bell so that you never miss some of our fire videos. I'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day.